So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of ZGN Talks. And today we will be talking about how your life changes once you start, quote unquote, figuring out whether it's in business, life, or your finances.
So when you're first getting into stuff like business, Mitch and I went through these couple of different phases where, our mind was just quite frankly fried. And essentially what happened is, we would look at a business, we go on YouTube, we check it out, we never actually do anything. And the same thing kind of applies for, if you're going to business or in life. At first, you don't really know what to do and just trying to search for information. Before you start figuring everything out, your attention's kind of like going in a ton of different directions. And when you start, figuring out where to put your attention, where to focus on, where to put your effort, things become a lot more clear.
So this is if you are a business owner, a problem that many business owners face when starting out their first venture or haven't seen success yet is you guys stay consistent and you still see zero results. Now, this is a phase that is super important to get through as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, because when you're seeing zero results, that is a stage in your life where you want to quit the most. Now, you could be watching a YouTube channel, you could be buying courses, you could be even learning from people that know what they're talking about. You're taking their information, you're applying it, and you're still not getting the results that you want. And you come to that phase, you pretty much want to quit. You feel hopeless. You start questioning yourself. You start questioning who you're learning from. You start questioning whether entrepreneurship is for you or not. Now, the solution for this problem is you literally just need to force yourself to think smarter. There's no quote unquote secret that a lot of people talk about. You need to force yourself to be smarter, because once you start thinking smarter, you start filling yourself up with more fear and desperation. That not only forces you to think smarter, but it forces you to think outside of the box and to think of different solutions. So for example, in our Amazon business, there was a time when we were doing so much product research, products weren't selling. And then when the products all of a sudden did start selling, that came from us just frankly doing more product research. At one point, the business got hard to handle and we started thinking smarter, where we outsourced people to manage different parts of the business. We forced ourselves to think smarter. We forced ourselves to change our mindset to system-based thinking.
So like Mitch said, a large part of figuring out is systemization and also knowing the right people. Quite frankly, a lot of business models and a lot of ideas you have in your life in business will work. It's just a matter of knowing the right people and having the right systems. And a large part of figuring out is figure out how to systemize different ideas and just knowing the right people to make the magic happen. So once you have the systemization down, you know the right people. A lot of people actually get really comfortable when things actually start working in their business, but that's not actually what you want to do.
Now, a lot of you guys may have parents that want you to be a doctor, a programmer. A lot of you guys have parents that want you to get all A's in school. They want you to just, take all these extracurricular activities, play sports, for sports and fitness, that's good for your health. Aside from that, they want you to take all these classes. They want you to do what they want for themselves, because that will allow other parents to view your parents as higher up because, you're getting all A's, they're able to brag about you. No, most of the time that does not bring you happiness, because something that you may want to do, maybe it's starting a business, your parents have not done that. And one rule is that you should never listen to someone that hasn't done or hasn't achieved what you want to do or achieve. And that starts with you figuring out what your skill is, what you're good at, and tripling down on that skill. If you're someone that is good at marketing, why in the world would you go try to learn code? Why in the world would you try to become a doctor? Because you're just going to force yourself to work harder. You won't enjoy it, and you will be chasing these career paths for the wrong reason. And then when people start doing that, that's how depression arises later on. Stuff gets hard. They're not doing it. They're not seeing success. And because of that, you fall into a deep hole, which you're not supposed to be in, because you should have instead focused on what you want to do, what you're good at. That would pretty much allow you to get your life to a level that you want to get to.
So when you really start figuring it all out, you have your skill, you start to see some success, you have the right systems, you know the right people. You do not want to take your foot off the gas. If anything, you want to push down as hard as you can, shift to the next gear. Because like I was touching on earlier, a lot of what happens when businesses start working out, people get comfortable, and that's really not what you want to do. You want to go, you want to double down, you want to triple down, you want to take on more debt to grow your business.
And in a sense, to put it in a way that sounds good to your ear, once you figure out how to build a system, once you figure out cash flow based businesses, building systems for these businesses, because as we know, as Emiliano and I always talk about, all business fundamentals are the same. It essentially becomes a way of printing money. Now, the more you put in, the more you get out. The more risk you take on, the higher rewards you get. And once you know how to consistently follow a process that's proven, predictable, and brings you that consistent cash flow that you need, not only does that put you in a better place financially, but it allows you to get into other parts of your life that you may want to improve, such as, networking, meeting new people, traveling, just experiencing more out of life than you were when you were first on that process of figuring it out within your business.
So that's really what it comes down to when you really start figuring it all out, whether that's in life or in business. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of ZGN. If you disagree with us at any point in this video, or you have something to say, please comment below, like, sub, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next episode.
He does the adios part.
Adios.